robbery a few blocks away.
Spider Cop's on it. Part man, part spider, all cop.
And we're back. Part 3 of our playthrough of Marvel's Spider-Man, and apparently we've got a robbery to stop. So let's go take care of that before we knock out all those towers.
Open the safe! Do it!
Hey, fellas.
Spider-Man! Shoot him!
So, pretty standard fare here, except this time we've got a lot of guys who are armed. That can be an issue. All the more reason to try to move very quickly.
More of them? Guys, if you worked this hard at a legit job, you wouldn't need to be criminals.
There we go. More crime tokens for us.
All right, Yuri. I'm gonna repair the last Chinatown tower now.
Don't you mean Spider Cop's gonna repair it?
Been doing a little thinking, Yuri. Policing's a young man's game, and Spider Cop, well, he's no spring chicken.
Please be going where I think you're going.
As of today, Spider Cop is officially retired.
Oh, thank God. I need a drink.
We'll all drink tonight, Yuri. Drink to the memory of Spider Cop's tireless... Yuri? Yuri, you there? Guess the emotion of the moment overwhelmed her.
I feel Peter's pain. Nobody appreciates my tomfoolery either. Looking at you, Firewolf. There we go. And we've reached another level. I'm going to attempt to handle as many random crimes as possible just so I can level up quickly.
Can't have people taking pictures of my 3 chest hairs. Tools I need for suit repair at the lab. Wonder if Dr. Octavius is left for the day.
Well, that leaves us with a couple of options. Go straight to the lab and repair the costume.
Doctor, how did it go with the committee? I'm so sorry I screwed things up.
Not at all, Peter. They're just nervous in the face of imminent triumph. They'll calm down. They always do.
Should I head back to the lab for cleanup?
No. I'm stepping out for dinner anyhow. We'll resume tomorrow. Short break, then back to creating the future.
As I was saying, or go for the towers.
Man's optimism. Sounds like he's left the lab for the day. Good time to work on my suit in private.
At least a few of them. So, I've been kind of debating whether or not to do any side missions. Hold that thought. Looks like there's some bad guys that need an ass whomping.
That's a holdup.
There we go.
Oh, you started without me.
Proceed to the whomping. As you probably noticed, Spidey really can't take a whole lot of damage. So you want to be very, very, very nimble. And those bonus objectives there will help me level up faster.
That's it?
Get me some more
I feel like the
tokens
holdup
and
guys
so
are
forth.
phoning it in lately.
But onward, at least to one tower. Until we make it to the lab. Oh wait, it's right here. There we are. Let's go ahead and scramble that one. Bang, there we go. Great. So, people out there in video land, has anyone seen Spider-Man Far From Home? If so, what did you think? Leave a comment, let me know what you thought of the movie. Me, personally, I thought it was cool, it was decent, without revealing any spoilers, since at the time of this recording the movie is fairly new. Didn't really care for the first half of the film, because there were a lot of, in my opinion, very out of character moments, particularly from Peter himself, which kind of irked me. Having said that, the last half of the film, pretty damn good. And honestly, truthfully, Mysterio is an excellent villain. Jake Gyllenhaal did such a fantastic job of Mysterio. The way they portrayed his illusions, every fight scene between Spider-Man and Mysterio was just excellent. Just amazing. They did a really great job of that. Hold that thought. I am here's another side mission, rescuing a hostage.
Hold on, I'll get you out.
And decapitating a woman with a trunk.
Thank you. They're back. Don't let them hurt me.
Now that we have rescued said hostage, gotta beat up the bad guys that threw him in there in the first place. But yeah, I thought the movie was pretty cool, you know, the supporting cast was cool. It was interesting to have it take place someplace other than New York, you know. It was different. Couple of twists, which I won't spoil for you all, but overall, it was an enjoyable movie. I'd give it maybe a B. You know, I will say this: the things I did not enjoy about the first half of the film, the after credit scene kind of makes up for it and justifies it. So then, at that point, it's not so bad. But no, I'm making it sound like it's a bad film, and it's not that at all. I just had a couple of issues with the characterization, that's all.
Talking about ransom. You saved my life, Spider.
But altogether, yeah, cool movie.
And thus concludes our sordid tale of
I enjoy Tom Hardy's portrayal of Spider-Man. You know, between himself and Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. The funny thing about it, in my opinion, when playing a superhero, certain superheroes anyway, because there is a duality to the superheroes, is a major part of their characters. You have to be able to play the superhero and their alter ego. And I feel like when it comes to Spider-Man, you've got to be able to play a convincing Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Tobey Maguire, in my opinion, was an excellent Peter Parker and an okay Spider-Man. On the flip side, Andrew Garfield, in my personal opinion, was an okay Peter Parker, but I thought he was a pretty good Spider-Man with, you know, the sarcasm, the quips, and everything. He's actually pretty good. Tom Holland has that quality where he is a convincing Peter Parker and Spider-Man. I think he has nailed that duality. And yeah, I like him. Plus, he is a convincing high school student. You know, he doesn't look like he's 30 years old in high school, so he's believable. So yeah, Tom did a good job, and I think in the, I believe it's 5 films we've seen him in now. Wait, let me think about that. We saw him in Captain America: Civil War, right? Spider-Man: Homecoming, Infinity War: Endgame, and Spider-Man: Far From Home. Right. So in the 5 films we've seen him in so far, yeah, he's done a really good job, I think. He did pretty good. It's been convincing. If I have one major gripe with Far From Home, and it's kind of like a gripe I had with Homecoming, only more so. We really got to let Spidey be his own character and get him out of the shadow of Tony Stark. Like, if any of you saw Endgame, it shouldn't be surprising that Iron Man is mentioned a lot. Like, a lot. But it kind of feels to me, without getting too much into spoiler territory, the role that they have Iron Man play in the MCU Spider-Man films, that's the role Uncle Ben should be playing. Without saying too much. You know, Spidey's got his mentor figure, or the man who made him who he is, and I get that, but man, that really should be Uncle Ben, and Uncle Ben's really getting the shaft here. I get it, they didn't want to tell the same story they've been telling like the other franchises did, but he's kind of an integral part. It'd be like Batman without his parents getting shot. It's just not done. But I digress. You know, again, I did enjoy the film. I enjoyed the films in general. I enjoyed the MCU. It's pretty awesome. On that note, what did you all think of Avengers Endgame? Hell of a movie. Hold on. Here comes another crime for me to stop. I gotta stop this car. The little red reticle you see is a crazy-ass driver. So let's go kick his ass.
Not getting 5 stars.
Now here what you want to do is get out of the way so you don't get shot and take out these guys. Now I gotta take out the driver, move out the way so he doesn't shoot me, yank him out, and tap the hell out of the square button to stop the car. Like so. And crisis averted. And these jackasses are running on the car. Hey, we appear to be near another backpack. Let's snatch that up. Now, where might that backpack be? Yeah, man, Endgame was great. You know, Spidey had some pretty cool moments in that one. There it is. Some very cool moments in Endgame that I really enjoyed too. You know, obviously it wasn't his film per se, but I can say this. Hold on, let's look at what this is.
This article blaming Spider-Man for electro-killing cops was the last straw. I had to quit taking pictures that helped Jameson print lies about me.
Pretty cool. I love the world building they do in this game. You know, the lore building they do here in this game. Little tidbits like this. But anyway. Spidey has some very cool moments in Endgame. I can say from my personal experience, when I went to see it in the theater, obviously when all the deceased characters from Infinity War came back, the audience in the theater I was in was really excited. But there were two heroes in particular that the audience just lost their minds over. The first was Black Panther. As soon as we saw T'Challa's silhouette in that portal, oh, the whole theater lost their minds. But the other one, I am very happy to say, was Spider-Man. When Peter came back, everyone in the theater went nuts. And that was cool. That made me happy because, you know, his death in Infinity War is just a damn tearjerker. Good news. We have completed all of the towers in Hell's Kitchen. Apparently Daredevil had the day off. But that is one district done. And of course there's a plethora of other towers to be taken down because we have, well, let's see. We've got the Upper West Side, we've got Harlem, Central Park, the Upper East Side, Midtown, Greenwich, and the Financial District. All places left over that have towers that need to be taken care of. In addition to Chinatown, which does not have any towers, but still has plenty of crimes that need taken care of. You see there, those little stats that pop up at the top. Just little fun things to keep track of. You know, little fun challenges. And you can get, you know, some extra EXP and what have you if you can achieve these challenges. And, there we are. More bad guys that need a whooping.
Wouldn't be New York without a seedy drug deal. Oh, come on, fellas. You can't keep ducking income tax like this.
And there we go.
Drugs are maybe my most disliked criminal activity.
We'll take out a couple more of those towers, I think, and then call it a show. So I, for one, am very, very, very excited to see where we're going with the MCU. I guess the next question I have for you all is, what's next, do you think? Who's the next Marvel hero to get a movie? Do you think the next one is going to be a sequel, or do you think we're going to get a new one? Now, I heard a rumor, don't know how true this is, but word around the campfire is Marvel is strongly looking at Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. That'd be pretty cool, you know. He's the type of character that typically they kind of relegated to like the Netflix series or whatever, but it'd be pretty cool if he had his own feature film. I'd watch it. In fact, I think he'd make a pretty good gateway if they wanted to introduce the Netflix characters into the movies, you know? Have him have some kind of conflict with Danny Rand, or have him already be familiar with Daredevil, something of that nature. That'd be cool. But you know, that's just me being a fanboy. Who knows? Not a very well-known character, but me personally, I'd like to see Moon Knight in a film. You know, they've proven that they can take characters who aren't that well-known and make them pretty popular. Think about it. Before his movie came out, the general public was not too familiar with Thor. And he is, you know, very obviously among the most popular of the Marvel characters at this point. So they can definitely take some characters who aren't that well-known and make franchises out of them. But, you know, there's any number of characters that they can make movies or series out of. I'm actually pretty sad to see that the Netflix series have all been canceled. I hope we get another home. I mean, truthfully, I'd like to see some of the Netflix characters, you know, interact with the mainstream MCU characters. I want my Daredevil and Spider-Man team up. On that note, now that Fox has been acquisitioned, that means we can get some X-Men and Fantastic Four characters. Who all would you like to see in these MCU films, you know? I, for one, would love to see a good Fantastic Four movie. That would just make me ever so happy, because every Fantastic Four film has been shit. Sadly enough.
I can't let him hurt that victim anymore.
Oh, shit. Wow, you guys are dumb.
Is this the mosh pit?
Are these bad guys hanging out on the roof of a police station? Beating up some guy? Like, Jesus. That's really stupid. Like, really horrifically stupid. I'm offended. Is that everybody? Nope. That's everybody.
I love laying out
Great,
bullies.
back to what I was doing. Whoops. And the Upper West Side is done. Beautiful. This is a lot like descrambling those, I think they were Riddler codes in the Arkham games, if I recall. Sort of the same thing. Or descrambling, locked doors in Arkham Asylum. Let's see here. Upper West Side is over and out. There's only 2 more in Harlem. And there's 2 more in Central Park. Let's just go where the wind takes us.
1031. Report of a break-in. Unknown if suspects are armed. Nearest officer, please proceed to Manhattanville.
And there appears to be a backpack over this way. Whoop, what do we got? Here we go.
One of these days I'll work out a fabric that warps sound and light waves. A stealth suit would really come in handy.
Huh. Kinda ironic. In fact... Come back to that. Because, speaking of a stealth suit, one of Spider-Man's costumes, a stealth suit, from Far From Home was just recently released as DLC for this very game. Wow. And each fellas are playing a spirited game of basketball. And don't seem to be too concerned with Spider-Man interrupting their game. What can I say, man? Basketball is serious business.
Better repair this suit before it falls apart even more.
And photo mode. Just wanted to show this off. I thought this would be a cool opportunity. One of my absolute favorite things about this game is photo mode. Just the shockingly awesome stuff you can do. So right here, that's actually pretty awesome. Spidey's just hanging out, chilling, enjoying a basketball game. Pretty cool. And I'm not really going to say anything, but thought it was cool. I think we're going to knock out one more tower and then we'll call it a day. Well, this is an amazing time to be a fan, honestly. You know, just that I can have such an in-depth and robust discussion of superhero movies. And, you know, superhero movies that are consistently good. You know, even for the gripes that I had for Far From Home, you know, it's still a good movie, you know. It's, we're not very far removed from a time where superhero movies were just complete schlock, you know. We got some pretty good shit these days. Alright, there's another one. I think there's some pretty good progress for today. So, ladies, gentlemen, and that amazing Technicolor population in between, thank you so very much for joining us. Next time around, we will either knock out the rest of the towers or repair a Spidey suit. Haven't quite decided yet, but we shall see. Till next time, ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for joining us, and see you in the next episode. Take care.